And here is the Writer's Almanac for Wednesday, April the 24th, 2019. It's the birthday of Anthony Trollope, London, 1815, who said that many of his novels originated from daydreams he had as a child. When he was 19, Trollope began working as a clerk for the post office, eventually went off to Ireland, became a postal surveyor. He is, by the way, credited with inventing the modern British mailbox. But it was in Ireland he began writing novels. He wrote them at the rate of about 3 books every 2 years. He would write 1,000 words an hour before breakfast. He said, "A small daily task, if it be really daily, will beat the labors of a spasmodic Hercules." He wrote novels about the daily lives of ordinary people, the Warden, Barchester Towers, Framley Parsonage, and he kept on working year after year. Anthony Trollope, who said, "There is no human bliss equal to 12 hours of work with only 6 hours in which to do it." It was on this day in 1916 the Easter Rebellion began on the streets of Dublin. It was called the Poets' Rebellion, led by 6 Irish poets and men of letters, including Patrick Pearse and James Connolly. About 400 dissidents in makeshift uniforms carrying old rifles marching through the main streets of Dublin to the General Post Office in the center of the city, where they read their proclamation of independence. The British police extinguished the rebellion, and then they made the men heroes by executing them a few weeks later, which execution set in motion a movement for Irish nationalism. And in 1921, Ireland finally gained independence from Great Britain, except for the 6 northern counties that comprise Northern Ireland. And it was on this day in 2005 that Cardinal Joseph Ratzinger became Pope Benedict XVI, succeeding John Paul II, who died 3 weeks before. When a pope dies, cardinals from all over the world convene in Rome to elect a successor. They meet at the Vatican in the Sistine Chapel under Michelangelo's ceiling. It's called a papal conclave. They come into the chapel singing the litany of saints and then a Latin hymn, Veni Creator Spiritus. And then there are speeches, and then the master of papal liturgical celebration stands at the door and shouts, "Extra omnes," everybody else out. And they proceed to vote, knowing that the new pope will be somebody who is in that room. It takes a 2/3 majority, and Cardinal Ratzinger was elected pope on the second day of the conclave after 4 ballots. It's the birthday of the mystery novelist Sue Grafton, born Louisville, 1940, went to the University of Louisville, thought about becoming a lawyer, but her father was an attorney. He told her not to go to law school. It was too boring. She got married at the age of 18, divorced, married again a few years later, started her career writing screenplays until her agent told her that she was good at writing character but not at plot, so she decided to focus all her energy on writing plots. And writing mystery novels seemed like a good way to do that. One day she was reading through Edward Gorey's illustrated book, The Ghastlycrumb Tinies, about children dying in bizarre ways, which begins, A is for Amy, who fell down the stairs, B is for Basil, assaulted by bears. And Grafton decided this would be her hook. And in 1982, she published A is for Alibi. It was followed by B is for Burglar, C is for Corpse, D is for Deadbeat, and on down the line. The novels starring a private eye named Kinsey Milhone, who loves fast food, always carries a gun, and distrusts intimate relationships. Here's a poem for today by William Butler Yeats, When You Are Old. When you are old and gray and full of sleep, and nodding by the fire, take down this book, and slowly read and dream of the soft look your eyes had once, and of their shadows deep. How many loved your moments of glad grace, and loved your beauty with love false or true? But one man loved the pilgrim soul in you, and loved the sorrows of your changing face. And bending down beside the glowing bars, murmur a little sadly how love fled, and paced upon the mountains overhead, and hid his face amid a crowd of stars. When You Are Old by William Butler Yeats. That's the Writer's Almanac for Wednesday, April the 24th, 2019. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.